matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. This defense for the Commanders, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback?
And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys on down, people on base and scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up and avoids the turnover.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Cousins to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first record.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run with Gibson. Gets around, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll go right back to Nwangu, running right through it. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. To throw, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Here's Cousins. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Now they go play action with Howell. Quick slant, Dotson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Throwing on 2nd and long. Howell. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Oh, design run for their wideout. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
So here we go, fourth down. Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Off the play fake, Cousins. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Handoff right side to Wangu. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Play fake. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to tie it up the long way out there. It'll be 4th down.
I think they'd be well served to take that type of physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Faking the handoff. Howell. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Brian Asamoah gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. 3rd and long. Here's Howell. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. Some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A 2nd down pass play, and it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Fourth down, Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing, Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. 3rd and long for Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Play action now. Cousins.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Pulled in at the 24. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
And that'll carry over the back. Zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Second half begins with a run by Robinson.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
They'll go play action. Powell.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
One of the league's best linebackers. He ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Danielle Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Tress Way now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Nwangu. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Another run now for Nwangu. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his afternoon continues. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
This defense is just really getting after it. They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On play action, Cousins. Drops this off with Nwangu. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
To about the 26 here. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air. I'm sure that was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Cousins now. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring. Now a give, running left is Nwangu. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A minimum gain there on the 8th play of the drive. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trying right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Joseph's got it. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. On 1st down, Howell slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Give left side here for Nwangu. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Cousins now on second down.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he probably has told them, you don't want to start coming after me down the field because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The offense on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be third and forever.
They'll set up the screen for the Wangu.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Desperation time. Cousins on fourth down. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Cousins gives way to Cook. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line? So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Cousins.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Cousins on fourth down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth.
And the Commanders come through with a fourth down stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out, and you and I, let's get to the airport.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Let's take it inside his own 40. A nice little juke. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Cousins on first down.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw again on second down, Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to be taken down at about the 43. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Cousins. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. And he coughed it up.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Another touchdown through the air for them. And for
it's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something by Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the ain't no way. Somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stats to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans. Yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn.